Okay, so today we're going to do a video on some of the spinners I've been throwing lately on the Sandy River, and I've had a little bit of success and I've missed a few fish. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves today, so I'm using these lead bodies. So, you know, touch on a little bit, it's not a bad thing, but if you're going to be using a bunch of them, making spinners part of the afternoon, I like to glove up, you know, just be a little safe. So a little bit of what we have out here. We've got these lead bodies. These are 3/8 ounce hole all the way through. I've got a size 5 silver plated blade, hammered, silver plated hammered blade. We have our spinner wire, clevises, 3 or 4, size 3 or 4, I'm not real sure. We have our fire orange beads and our metal beads for securing the blade on there and having that at the top. We've got our tape over here, and most important, good hooks. Without good hooks, this is worthless. When I started making the spinners, I was actually using a hook just like that. Not a bad hook. I've missed some fish though. I've lost some fish. When I've switched over, I noticed a huge difference. And I want you to watch this. I can take this hook with my 2 fingers. I can squeeze barbs, or the shank of the trebles, just like that. Now think if you have a 20-pound steelhead on there, what that's going to do. It's no good. Now we've got these 2 times strong Gamakatsu, and I'm squeezing about as hard as I can, and I cannot get that hook to budge. So definitely when you make these spinners, do not skimp on hooks. Do not buy cheap hooks. It's totally a waste of time. Okay? With this little layout, there's several ways that I can make a spinner. A lot of options here. What I've been throwing lately, I'll show you today. Okay, so we're going to take one of our wire forms. We're going to take one of our hooks. Slide it just on the bottom, just like that. Close these together with your fingers. Take one of these. And slide it down onto both of them. It's going to be kind of snug. Then I just push them down about as hard as I can. If your loop's a little bit crooked, take the pliers and just straighten it out a little bit, just like that. Okay. Next thing, what's most important is a bead. Let's take one of these little red beads and drop it. Let's take one of these, excuse me, metal beads, drop it. Then let's take clevis, just run it inside. I'm going to run that down the wire as well, just like that. So we get silver blade, red bead, metal bead, clevis onto our silver blade over the lead body. And this part, it took me a little bit just to be able to do these with pliers, but a lot of people have a little tool they use that makes this much easier, much cleaner. I still do it like this because I don't produce a whole lot of baits other than for myself and just for a few other people, and this is basically just how I stick to it if I'm just making a few. This is easier. I take that glove off. give it a good 4 or 5 times around. And the last one I kind of angle up. Clip it. Smash that down. If you want your top a little bit skinnier, just about like that works great for me. Okay. So, last thing. We like to give these spinners a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of flash. The fish need to be able to see this. I like to throw this bait in really pretty high water. Water that's a little bit off color. Maybe just starting to drop after it's been high and maybe brown. I take that tape. This is lure tape. Got this at local fishing store. Sticks really well. Last thing, I take one of my smaller pieces of tape, the orange, fire orange. I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to stick it right on the back of the blade. Just like that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how it's done. Not in a professional setting, but in this very amateur YouTube setting to make one of these spinners. That's how it's done. All these parts can be ordered. You can get them at your local stores. There's several different people throughout Oregon who have smaller shops that I order some of these parts from, and you know, just the power of Google will get you far. So that's what I'm basically throwing right now, and did pretty good. Caught one fish the other day, and I'll put the pick up here in just a second. And then I've lost one on the same combination of colors and flash, a little bit different sizes on the tapes, and that one I was actually adding this orange shank on the bottom. And I'll show you this too. This is something I really like to do. If you really wanted to make that extra flash on there, you can take one of these rubber shanks. I think it's 1/8 inch. I'm not really sure. This is one by Simon. I like their color a little bit better than some of the other companies that I find out there. And the reason I like to fish these especially is I can take my scent. You know, scent's pretty sticky, but on a spinner, you might get a couple casts and most of it's going to come off. I'll take a little bit of scent. I'll add it on the top and the bottom. And then always have some toothpicks with me. And I'll toothpick it down in there. And I know this is a wire, but I'll toothpick it down in there. Add a little bit of scent on the hook, maybe the top a little bit more. And you typically get a good number of casts out of that, and you'll be able to fish with that scent on there for a little bit longer than just putting it on the hook or bottom of the body or something like that just by itself. So peace, enjoy. If you want to make some spinners, get out there, do it. It's pretty fulfilling to catch a fish on something that you made. Good luck to everybody. Check out goodboypdx.com, and I'll see you later. Thanks. That is the bait right there. Yeah, on the big spinner, silver blade.